Check, check. Good now. Or were you on Facebook? Or YouTube? You still don't hear anything on Facebook, sis? Check, check, check. That's on Facebook? All right, Salakia, Akim and Akwatim for the for the delay. All right, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go back to Matthew 1 and 21. So until Captain Gadolhar gets here, we're gonna go ahead and go into the scriptures and show that Christ did not come for all nations. Christ only came for his people, which are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right. The whole doctrine of Christ coming for everyone is not in the Bible. It comes from religion, Christianity, Catholicism, from our oppressor. All right. So we have to get that out of our head. And we have to put in our minds the spirit of the Bible. You understand? So that's why we're going to go over these scriptures. So first, let's go to Matthew 1 and 21.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son.
And she shall bring forth a son. Go ahead.
And thou shalt call his name Yahusha. For he shall save his people from their sins.
For he shall save his people from their sins. Now, this is an angel of the Most High giving Joseph a message from God. And he's telling him, you're going to have a son, and he's going to save his people from their sins. Now, let's go to Romans 11 and 26.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved.
And so all Israel shall be saved. Not all nations, not all people. Only who?
And so all Israel shall be saved.
All of Israel is going to be saved. That's who God cares about. That's who God sent Christ to save. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. And that's why this book is so important for us, because it's our way out of oppression. It's our way out of the condition that we are in as a people. You understand? It's our map out of hell. All right? And into our kingdom, into our place in power. All right? This book has the roadmap. It has the answers. It has the instructions to get to that place. You understand? Keep reading.
As it is written, there shall come out of Sion the deliverer.
There shall come out of Sion the deliverer. Go ahead and get that out. The water. Go ahead, sis.
What is
Sion is referring to Israel. It's referring to Jerusalem. That's what Sion is about. So it's saying out of Sion shall come the deliverer. Right. Christ came from that land.
Why do they call it Zion?
Should I ask Cap that question? Ask Cap that question. I don't have the question off the top of my head, but I do know that Sion is talking about Israel. It's talking about us. So when it's read that part again, up.
As it is written, there shall come out of Sion the deliverer.
There shall come out of Sion the deliverer, meaning out of Israel, out of us. That's where the deliverer is going to come. I mean, he's going to be a Jew, right? And that's as it was written, meaning this was prophesied where in the Bible, in the Old Testament, right? You can go to Deuteronomy 18 and 18. That's where Moses prophesied that Christ would come out of Israel. All right. Keep reading, brother.
As it is written, there shall come out of Sion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
And he's going to turn away ungodliness from Jacob. And that's us. We are ungodly today. And that's why we need to be saved from our sins. You understand? Us sinning is what makes us ungodly. But because Christ died for us, for our sins, now we have an opportunity to turn away from ungodliness and live a righteous life. Live a life where we do not commit sin. You understand? And that's how we're going to attain salvation. That's how we're going to attain the gift that we have through Christ. Through the Most High sending him so that we can be saved is by how? by turning away from ungodliness. Now let me get a Deuteronomy 28 and 15. All right, so these two precepts show you that what? That Christ didn't come for everyone. Christ only came for blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. You understand? Go ahead and read that out when you get it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
So if we choose not to observe, if we choose not to hear the truth, the message of the Bible, of Christ, you understand? And we decide to not turn from ungodliness, but continue in sin, continue to break the commandments that we were commanded to keep, what's going to happen? Keep reading up.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
We're going to be cursed as a people, you understand, through punishments. And those punishments we are going through right now, with the police shooting every black man in Chicago, in Detroit, in California. You understand? Every black and Hispanic being arrested and being put in jail forever. You understand? Our oppression is from our disobedience to our God. That's why we're oppressed. You understand? And because we're oppressed, we can't stand against our enemy, who is our oppressor. You understand? Our oppressor isn't oppressing us because he's better than us. He's oppressing us because we are not serving our God, because we decide to live like our oppressor, which is what? In ungodliness. You understand? That's why we are suffering these curses. You understand? Because we continue to serve our enemy instead of turning from our enemy. You understand? Now let me get a 2 Ezra 6 and 54. We're going to go into the Apocrypha. And God doesn't love your oppressor. You understand? God hates your oppressor. God hates the so-called white man and every other ethnicity he does not care for. You understand? God cares about the people who the Ukrainians did not let in the train. You know, they're probably, I don't know the story, but they might have been African, right? But guess what? Ukrainians don't know that they're African or Negro. They don't know the difference. They didn't let them on that train because they were black. And in their suffering, they still don't have compassion towards you. You understand? Now we're going to give the class to Captain Goodall.
Let's get it. All right, Shalom Akim. We got any questions online or in the class? You got a question, sis?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Officer Ashford just went over Romans 11:26.
Do I need this mic? Okay. Go ahead.
What is it? Romans 11:26, and it mentions Sion being the deliverer.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was what Sion was referring to and why it's called Sion.
No sweat. Can you give me that? Zion is another word for Israel. And the seal of Zion. Let me see. No, you good. You good. I'll just take no chaser. You got it? Go ahead. Come sit up, Ak. So the people online can hear you read.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's lucky.
11 and 26.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And so all Israel shall be saved.
Right. All Israel shall be saved. Who is all Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, all of us. Now, what does that mean, though? What does it mean all Israel shall be saved? Because will all Israel be saved when Christ returns? Go ahead.
Only the ones that have been following his law, statutes, and commandments.
Right. So when he says all Israel, then what does he mean?
It means that only the blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos who have been following the law, statutes, and
No. You said it right the first time. Those are people that will be saved. But when he says all of Israel, now what does that mean? Because all Israel will be saved, but how? Anybody know? They got to die first. No. They're going to have to die when Christ returns. And they're going to be born again into the kingdom of heaven. You understand? That's what it means everyone's going to be saved. Eventually they will. They will be in their rightful place. You know what I'm saying? But they might have to die first. We don't want nobody to die. We want everyone to get on the chariot. You understand? We want every single person that's black or Hispanic and everything to get on that chariot. But for all Israel to be saved, some of us are going to have to die. You understand, right? Go ahead.
As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer.
Right. There should come out of Zion the deliverer. Now, Zion is another word for Israel, right? In Jerusalem, Zion would be the most ancient. That is Jerusalem. Excuse me. It's the most ancient part of Israel. It's Jerusalem. That's why it's called Zion. Right. Go ahead.
And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob, meaning the sons of Jacob, meaning the Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. They're going to turn away the ungodliness. How is he going to turn away the ungodliness? First, he's going to have people like us who come and listen to him and keep the laws and follow Christ. Then you're going to have to turn the ungodliness by having them die and then being reborn again to the kingdom of heaven. You understand? All right. Any more? Ash, go ahead.
I have a preset where it says, will show you that Zion is talking about Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 60 and 14.
Isaiah 60 and 14. Go ahead.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow down themselves down to the soles of thy feet.
Go ahead.
And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't it. I have it right here. I mixed it up.
No sweat.
Isaiah 51 and 16. So.
Go ahead. Read it for me.
The book of Isaiah chapter 51 verse 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
Go ahead.
That was it.
It's like that Zion, thou are my people. Y'all understand, right? No sweat. Sis.
Sorry, it's spelled different in both of these.
It's Old Testament. Old Testament is going to be a little different. Old Testament is written in the Hebrew? Yeah, Old Testament written in the Hebrew. The New Testament is written in the Greek. That's why it could be a different, right? It's like a loose translation of Latin.
One uses Z and the other one says
S, right? In the Apocrypha, you'll see it as S as well, because that's the Old Testament. Ashkur.
Sir, are you taking questions right now, sir?
Yeah. Hold on. Are we done with that, sister's question?
Yes.
Good to go? So why is Zion called Zion? You know, sis?
Because it's referring to the nation of Israel.
It is. It's the most ancient part of Israel, which is Jerusalem. Yeah, that's the capital of Israel. All right, go ahead. So like that was the biggest city, or our biggest city in Israel. I don't know if it's the capital. It could be. Go ahead.
Sir, I had a question on 1 Corinthians 9 and 24 through 27.
1 Corinthians 9 and 24 through 27. Let's go. Read
Sir.
loud.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
What's your question?
I just like a general breakdown on the verses, sir.
All right, no sweat. Read from the top again. I'll break it down as we go.
1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize.
Go ahead.
So run that ye may obtain.
Right, so run. Get in the race. What's the race? Young man. That's the truth. Well, what's the race to? There you go. That's the race. To get to the kingdom of heaven. So you want to get up in the race first. A lot of people are not even in the race. You understand, right? They not in the race. You know people that are on the sideline giving you water? That's them. That's what they doing. You know what I mean? But you're in the race. Go ahead.
But one receiveth the prize.
Well, one person is going to receive the prize, right? Huh? One race. Salaki, go ahead.
One race is going to receive the prize.
Yes. There you go. Go ahead.
So like so this but one, meaning like one brother,
Yeah.
one person out of the race.
Yeah, but it's not talking about one person though. One is the people that's in the same place. You get what I'm saying? If you're in that race, we're all together. You understand? Go ahead. Because not one person's going into the kingdom of heaven, right?
Right.
There you go. Go ahead.
So run that ye may obtain.
So run it. Run the race so you can obtain the reward. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 9:25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
If you strive for masteries, you got to be temperate in all things. What does it mean to be temperate? Go ahead.
To be like disciplined.
There you go. Discipline, controlled, right? Those are good adjectives, right? You want to use those to explain, right? You want to be temperate in all things. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So it says in all things, like it's like in all things, like basically everything.
Everything.
So you want to have control over, your life.
Yes. You want to have self-control.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. They're in this world, in this race. Race to what? What are you racing for in the world? Go ahead.
I would give an example, like, if you play basketball for like a gold, that gold medal they get.
Yeah, championship, right? Yeah. They're racing to money. They're racing to whores, right? They're racing to a career, right? That's a corruptible crown they're racing to. You understand? You're burning yourself out for something that's not giving you any substance. You know what I mean? Like in the scriptures with Solomon. Solomon lived a life in the Bible where he was the wisest and richest man in the world. And he did so much vain things to try to fulfill what life was about. And he found out that life was about serving God. You understand? After everything, he built vineyards. He had sex with a whole bunch of women. He built temples to other people. He did so many things. And he said that all those things were vanity. The whole purpose of life was to serve God. That's what he found out in Ecclesiastes. All right, go ahead.
But we an incorruptible.
But we an incorruptible. That's what we're racing for. An incorruptible crown. Y'all understand?
1 Corinthians 9:26.
Go ahead.
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
So I read again. So let me break it down.
Sir, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
Right. I'm not running with uncertainty. Right. I'm not running with I'm not in the truth uncertain. I'm certain that this is the truth. You understand? I'm certain. Like in the Christian church, you're uncertain. In the Islam, you're uncertain. In the world with no religion, you're uncertain of what life is about. You understand? Go ahead.
So fight I.
So fight I. Go ahead.
Not as one that beateth the air.
Not as one that beateth the air. Go ahead. What does it mean to beat the air? Go ahead.
That's like you training.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just training.
Oh, yes, but think about running against the air. What does that mean? Go ahead. There you go. Ain't you can't beat the air. There's no air to beat. And in Christian church, that's the air. You understand? That's beating the air. If you're in there, you're beating air. You're not beating yourself. And that's what you want to do. You don't compare yourself to nobody in the school. You compare yourself to what you were yesterday. You understand? Every day you're trying to be better than you were yesterday. That's your focus. Your focus ain't nothing else. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection.
Mm-hmm. I bring it under my body. What do I bring under my body? Go ahead. Say it again. Perfectly said. Young man been in class, man. Trying to tell you. Then you bring one more time. You bring what under your body?
Right.
Corruption, right? And you bring that into subjection. You understand? What does it mean to put something in subjection? Go ahead.
It's like you bring it like you have full control over it.
There you go. You have control over it. You are disciplined. You make your demons submit to you instead of you submitting to your demons. You understand? Go ahead.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
One more time.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Keep going.
So that's it on it.
What's that part mean? No, give me a little more though. Is that the end of the chapter? Give me the next verse. Give me 28. Let me give me a little more context so I can understand what he's saying right there. Is it the end of the chapter?
It is, sir.
All right, no sweat. Read that line again.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Lest by any means, when I have preached to others. What does it mean to be a castaway? Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, sis. Yeah, you was on it. You on it. Say it again. What you say? Read it. Read it for me.
So castaway in the Oxford Dictionary is a person who has been shipwrecked and stranded in an isolated place.
There you go.
Separated.
There you go. And then what the brother said was so correct. Read that part again, Art. So when I preach to others,
Lest that by any means,
let's die by any means. Like, I don't want this to happen. Go ahead.
when I have preached to others,
When I preach to others, when I tell brothers to get in this race, go ahead.
I myself should be a castaway.
I myself shall be a castaway. Meaning what? Go ahead.
So by any means, let me not preach and then not do it.
Being a sis.
So the way I'm understanding it is that if he's going to preach to people to join this race
Mhm.
for salvation,
Mhm.
then he should be following his or taking his own advice.
Meaning he doesn't want to be a.
He wants to be casted away from the unruly, worldly race.
And not a hypocrite.
Not
Y'all understand, right? You good to go on that, Oscar War? That's what Paul is saying.
So do you want the definition of castaway?
She read it. She read it for me.
So I understand, sir, the water.
No sweat out. Any other questions? No questions on the class? Question. Let me see if there's questions online. Y'all got questions online? Type them in, all right? What we're going to go in today, we're going to go into the history of the image of Christ, how they bastardized the image of Christ. And we're going to go into that as well. Speak about a little bit of the movie. Y'all watched that movie, Passion of Christ, when y'all was younger? We're going to go into that and what they did with that as well, all right? If there's no questions online, I'm going to move forward to the topic. Go ahead. Matter of fact, I got 2 questions I got to answer. Go ahead.
When it speaks about Sodom and Gomorrah and the angels or the men trying to get to the angels
Mm-hmm.
and Lot offering up his 2 daughters, is that a wrong thing to do?
No, it was not the wrong thing to do. It was the right thing for him to do. Because what wasn't he trying to do?
Get the angels. He wasn't trying to let the men get to the angels.
He wasn't trying to let the men get the angels, and he was trying to stop them from being homosexuals. He was trying to stop the men from being the homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it like, would you want to offer your daughter up? No, you wouldn't want to offer your daughter up. But in the city, you want to protect these men. You're like, listen, man, don't have sex with these men. Have sex with my daughter. You get what I'm saying? You can have my daughter. Now, of course, I want a dowry, but this is who you should have sex with. What's wrong with you? You want to be a homosexual? Is that what you want in life? No, listen, man, have sex with my daughter. You should have her. But of course, they rejected those daughters and they wanted to have sex with the men. And that's why the angels had to kill them and destroy the whole city. Y'all understand, right? Homosexuals, if you don't know, they are naturally violent people. Violence. You got 2 homosexual men together in the house, them cats is fighting. Fighting. You get what I'm saying? It's a very violent, and they don't want to have sex with other gay men. Y'all think that? Y'all think gay men? You think gay men just want to have sex with other gay men? Is that what you think? They want to have sex with straight men. You understand? That's what these angels want. Go ahead, sis. What you say? Yeah, it is very creepy. That's why homosexuality is an abomination, and it's a mental disease. You understand? It's not normal to be that way. That's why they called it back in the day a closet homosexual. Because they wanted to hide who they really were. They didn't want to be that. They wanted to be in the closet. They didn't want to tell nobody because everyone knows that being homosexual is weird. It's strange. It's something that you gotta get help with. You know what I mean? In the 70s, they called it a mental disease, meaning you should be in a mental hospital for your condition. You get what I'm saying? Now, of course, it's not a mental disease. Now it's an alternative lifestyle. So everyone accepts it. And now you got to see these people and be around these people. Then you got to let your daughter in the bathroom when she's 5 or 6 years old with some grown man that thinks he's a woman. You get what I'm saying? So that's just the place we live in. And that's why thanks be to the Most High that the World War III is coming to destroy this place so we can get up out of here. You understand, right? All right, solid. Y'all good to go? No questions, right? Not since I get a question.
No, sir.
Okay, let me answer these 2 questions I had in my notes. Salakia. 1 second. Do. I thought I wrote them down. 1 second. 296. I guess I did not write them down. Probably in my text messages. I can't find them right now, but we'll just move forward. All right. I'll find them next week and I'll go over those questions. Salakia to those people. All right. Let me see. Is it right here? Okay, no, I didn't find it. All right, so let's go to the history of the image of Christ, right? What y'all know about the image of Christ? We're gonna go into historical proof. You know what I mean? As historical proof, and of course, you know the precepts for Revelations 1 and 13 and Daniel 10, 5 and 6. We'll go over those briefly. We'll put more precepts though, all right? About black people in the Bible and how the white man since the 1400s depicted the picture of Christ and demean the character of Christ, and in that movie, of course, and of course in history, in all history, y'all understand. Shakespeare was a black man, y'all understand that, right? You know who William Wallace is in Braveheart, the movie Braveheart. William Wallace was a black man. You get what I'm saying? That it was depicted from a white man. We'll go into that as well. Give me some more. Go ahead.
So you're saying the movie where the guy's face is half blue?
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a brother?
That was a brother named William Wallace. Those brothers that was with the cats that was with him were other black men. Of course, they made him white men. You know, these were black people living in Scotland. Go ahead.
Can I get some proof that Shakespeare is a black man? Because we're reading Shakespeare right now.
Yeah, I got in the Russian icons. I said Russian icons. We want to check Russian icons. It might be in Shakespeare for sure. All right? If not, I'll find it for you before you go back to school. Was it Monday or Friday? You got school tomorrow, right? Damn. Okay. You need it by tomorrow? Oh, no sweat. I got you. Mm-hmm. You can just Google them. You can Google them. That picture that they got of him, that first one, they try to make him white, but he's not white. That no, really. If you read Shakespeare, if you read any of the books that he read, it can't be no white man talking. You get what I'm saying? They just made that movie Macbeth. Macbeth was a pretty good movie. It's a better read though. But Macbeth was an excellent book, and that was written by Shakespeare, and you should read that when you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Someone had their hand up. Ash, go ahead.
If I could, sir, I did have a question.
Go ahead. Off the topic?
Yeah, it's off the topic.
Go ahead.
It's Revelations 12, 1 through 5.
Revelations 12, 1 through 5. Go ahead.
It's about the woman in the moon.
The woman in the moon.
The woman's giving birth.
Oh, okay. I got you. Let's go.
This is something I want to understand.
Let's go.
The book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 1.
I wasn't supposed to drink no strong today, but not just like buy some strong. No sweat. No sweat. Go ahead.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Uh-huh.
A woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
Right. So now you gotta understand, right? Revelations is what again?
It's a vision.
A vision, right? So nothing in Revelations is specific. You get what I'm saying? Or not specific. They're not literal, and some things mean different things. Like even the vision of when he seen Christ, right? Remember when John seen Christ? That was a dream. You get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't what he seen. That was a vision from the Lord that sent them how Christ looked. You get what I mean? Go ahead.
So when we're breaking down that part of the book, Revelations, where John sees Christ, we can also substitute the word vision for dream.
Yeah, vision and dream, the same thing. Like sometimes you'll have a vision while you're not sleeping though. You get what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Most of the times it's when you're sleeping, but visions come, you know what I mean? It can just come to you, right? And you bring it to the priest of the Lord to see if that's from God. Shalom. You understand? All right, no ahead. Read from the top, 12 and 1.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
A woman clothed with the sun.
So John the Revelator is seeing a woman, clothed with the sun, right? Go ahead.
And the moon under her feet.
And the moon under her feet. So now, if the moon is under her feet, right? And what's the woman clothed with?
With the sun.
With the sun. She's clothed with the sun. And how is sun spelled?
S-U-N.
Okay, she's clothed with the sun, right? And the moon is under her feet. Just think about that, right? That's the vision he's getting. Go ahead.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
And the crown of 12 stars. What does those 12 stars represent? There you go. 12 tribes, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth.
And she being with child cried, hurting from the birth that she's about to give. She's about to give birth to a son, right? Go ahead.
And pain to be delivered.
So imagine a woman giving birth. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
Right. So the 7 crowns upon his head, that great dragon is the so-called white man, right? The white supremacy. The dragon, the reason why they use the word dragon is because that's how he speaks. That's what he is, a reptile, a snake. You get what I'm saying? A snake-like character, just like the one in Genesis. You understand? Just like that, right? Reptile, dragon, and snake go hand in hand. Scorpion, all that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Well, it's like, and it said, what about the 10 horns and 7? What did it say?
And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
7 heads and 10 horns. I forget what the 7 heads. If I have my notes, I get it. But the 10 horns represent all these white countries, right? I believe it's France, Russia. It's so many different white countries, though, right? White authorities. Go ahead. No, that's not it. That's 666. That's different. Go ahead, sis.
Also in verse 1, it sounds like it's describing what the Mexicans call La Virgen de Guadalupe.
What is it called?
La Virgen de Guadalupe.
And what does that look like?
It's pretty much a female depicted with the moon on her feet and covered with a glowing mantle.
Oh, okay.
And it has a 12 stars on her, or like a crown on her.
Wow. And who's Guadalupe?
She's a virgin.
Oh,
So,
okay.
in the Catholic Church.
Got you. So probably, you know what I mean? Ash.
So like, if I could touch on what the sister's saying.
Go ahead.
She's referring to the Virgin Mary, but for the Hispanics.
Okay.
So that's like, even my cousin was reading this to me, talking about the Virgin Mary.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's they think that this is talking about the Virgin Mary because she has a coat that has stars all over it. So they say that's the sun, and then she has a moon on her feet, so that's the moon under her feet. You know?
I mean, Mary did give birth to Christ. But go ahead.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
So those are the power. That's just think about white people, white supremacy. Think about the white powers. Think about all of them, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast him to the earth.
And his tail drew the dragon's tail. What?
Drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven.
Drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven. Meaning what? You had the sun, the moon, and the stars. Why does the dragon have to draw the stars? What's that mean? The dragon's tail drew the stars of heaven. Keep reading. We'll probably get some context. Go ahead.
And did cast him to the earth.
And
the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered.
And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered. Go ahead. Go ahead. You had a question?
I was going to say, is the stars of heaven talking about like how the white man basically like opened up like space?
No. Go ahead. Not that.
So I was going to say, like the dragon drawing the stars of heaven, is that like the oppressors making the image of like Moses and Christ and everybody like that, like making them white?
Okay. Think about the stars. Think about all them fighting in heaven. Think about that, right? Think about how there's going to be a war in heaven. You understand? Just because what does the sun, moon, and stars represent? Heaven. And the dragon's there, and the woman about to give birth to Christ, and there's going to be a war in heaven. That's in the Bible. You understand? Go ahead.
So the white man is going to be going to war with
the world is going to be going to war with the Most High in a second. You understand? That's what that's talking about. That's why that dragon's up in the air with him. Go ahead, sis.
So is it leading you up to like a war between evil and good and evil, where it's like the
Yes.
dragon and the female being the symbolic of good, and the dragon being the symbol of evil?
The woman is being okay. Yeah, okay. The woman is being a symbol of the Most High sending His Son. You get what I'm saying? Like it's giving birth. He's giving birth. Like she has contractions. She's dilating. She's pushing that baby through. That's what the vision is saying. Like the baby is on its way, and that dragon is trying to meet him. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
So this is how basically how Christianity depicted the end of the world was going to be, as far as like how Christianity made it seem like the Lord and Satan was going to be like you know what I'm saying, like clashing.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Let's not go way too hard. Let's finish it. Go ahead.
Start at verse 4 again.
Mm-hmm.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Go ahead.
And did cast them to the earth.
Go ahead.
And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered.
The dragon stood before the woman that was ready to be delivered, just like a doctor stands before a sister or a Hispanic sister before they try to give them an abortion. You understand that? You ever seen that before? Women who have abortions, they know exactly what that feels like to have a doctor right there ready to kill a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how think about that. You're thinking about a dragon and a woman. Think about a doctor and a black woman about to give, or not about to give birth, but pregnant. You get what I'm saying? And then some of them got to stick that thing up in there. It's disgusting. Go ahead, though.
For to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Y'all understand that? To devour her, you can put this in your abortion precepts too. To devour her child before it was born. To not even bring the baby forth. You know what I mean? They don't want to bring that baby forth. Why? Because it'll be the end of their rulership. And how do they do it? By destroying you. By keeping you on drugs, keeping you oppressed, keeping you loving them, and keeping you hating the Most High in His ways. Right? Keep going.
And she brought forth a man child.
And she brought forth a man child. This is Christ. Go ahead.
Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Go ahead.
And her child was caught up unto God and to His throne.
Yeah, now we know that's talking about Christ. You understand, right? And her child was caught up to God and to His throne. Go ahead. Any more?
That was it, sir.
Now jump down to verse 9.
Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the great dragon was cast out.
And that great dragon was cast out. Go ahead.
That old serpent.
That old serpent. Go ahead.
Called the devil.
Called the what?
The devil.
The deceiver. You understand? That's what's going to happen. Of course, you can read the other parts on your time, but that's the conclusion of what's going to happen. You understand, right? Go ahead.
Counselor, so this is talking about the actual birth of Christ?
This is not talking about the birth of Christ. What is it talking about? It's talking not the birth of Christ. Not that.
Christ's return?
That's what it's talking about. Christ's return. That's what it is. That's what the whole vision is about. The revealing. What does revelation means? To reveal. To reveal what? The end of the world. You understand? That's what revelations mean. To reveal the visions. And what it is Christ coming back to rule over the world with an iron fist. What did it say? Iron rod, right? Iron rod, right? And he's going to what? Destroy that serpent. You're going to destroy him. You're going to kill him. You're going to put him to death. This ain't going to be a fair fight. No angels are going to die in this war. You understand? It's going to be over. You with me, Oscar? Sis.
So I don't know exactly what precept, but I heard you mention that Satan is works for God.
Satan works for the Most High.
For the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like here, it's saying that he's against him, and he's going to like throw him and his angels. How? Why would he do that if he's working for him?
Who's Satan? Did we say Satan one time?
I'm sorry, the devil, the deceiver.
There you go. Devil, the deceiver. That's what we want. Did we say Satan, though?
No.
When? What verse?
Verse 9.
Verse 9, read it again.
Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil,
Called
and
the-
Satan.
Called the devil and Satan, right? Now the devil is a deceiver. Satan is the spirit that Satan is the spirit that lives in the white man. You understand? Like the devil is the deceiver. We call the white man the devil because he's a liar. He's a deceiver. Now the white man is the white. I'm gonna put it to you like this: the white man is Satan's physical counterpart on earth. So that's the spirit that the white man lives in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like that's the spirit that Satan lives in, the white man. But Satan, the spirit of Satan, the angel Satan, works for God. You get what I'm saying? That's what that is. So when we say devil, devil means deceiver. Devil is this. But Satan lives in the spirit of the white man to destroy you. Go ahead, Ak.
For the word Satan, could that also be used as like using like the word adversary?
Adversary, perfect. You get what I'm saying? Remember, because in somebody find that precept where the scripture say, I will be a lying spirit. I'll be a lying spirit. Damn it. Let me find it real quick. Salakia. Matter of fact, give me Job. Give me Job 2:1. And then also give me 1 Kings 22:22. Give me Job's 2:1 and 1 Kings 22:22. Just to prove that, all right?
The book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also.
And who came?
And Satan came also.
The sons of God this is now in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is not written in the Bible. The fourth dimension is a UPK word that we like to say is a spiritual realm, right? This is where Most High lives. This is where angels live. This is where demons live. Where in a realm we cannot see. We see physical elements. They see spirit. They can see everything. You get what I'm saying? Like you heard me say there was angels in here or demons in here. There are demons out here. There's angels in here. They live in that realm, but we can't see it. You get what I'm saying? So now the sons of God are talking about the angels who are presenting themselves in front of the Most High in a council because something has to happen. They're trying to hurt Job. Job is a perfect brother that serves God, and now it's time to test Job's faith. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord.
Present himself. Go ahead.
Present himself before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou?
He said, he's asking Satan, right? Because Satan works for him. Where are you coming from? Go ahead.
And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth.
You understand that? From going to and fro through the earth. Hold that 1 second, right? One second. Keep going. Yeah, okay.
And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and from walking up and down in it.
And from walking up and down in it. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job?
Mm-hmm.
That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feared God and escheweth evil.
You understand? Give me 1 Peter 5:8. So now, Satan, if you read the story, Satan convinces the Most High that he should be the one that goes and takes everything from Job, because he told the Most High that the reason why he serves you so well is because you protect him. You put a hedge over him. But take away your protection, and I bet you he fold, basically. And the Lord said, all right, I'll take away my protection, but don't kill him. Do everything you want to him, but don't kill him. And Satan goes, kind of one kind. I won't kill him. So Satan destroys everything. You know the story, right? He kills his family. He takes away his riches and all that. And the brother never cursed the Most High, and he got everything back double. Y'all understand? But the Satan had to get the what?
Test him. He gets-
No, Satan had to give what though? He had to
Oh,
get.
he had to get the authorization.
There you go. He had to get the authority because he works for the Most High. You understand, right? Satan is not. He's a evil messenger, but he works for the Most High.
Right.
You understand, right? He's not someone who's against the Most High's will. Like Satan will still be here when the kingdom of heaven comes. You understand? Say it again.
He's still obedient.
Yeah, he's an excellent servant of the Most High. You understand, right? All right, no sweat. So now, give me 1 Peter 5:8. That's another precept that shows that Satan is what were we explaining? Satan is what?
So he serves the most.
Serves the Most High, right? Go ahead.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8.
Well, this is to and fro to explain it. Actually, go ahead.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil,
Be sober and be vigilant. What does it mean to be sober and vigilant? There you go. Clear-minded and aware. Perfect. You understand? So now, if you are a drunk, you cannot be sober, right? Don't mistake drinking for being a drunk. What is a drunk? Anybody know? Raise your hand. What's a drunk? Remark.
Somebody that commits sin off of being.
Okay, that's good. What's another one? Not to Zach.
Somebody that's always drunk.
Good. Jeremy Muhammad just said it recently. Go ahead.
Someone who's pretty much tripping and falling and slurring in their words.
All those words are good. Remark.
Offending people.
Those is good too. Those are all alcoholic traits, and that's a drunk. You should not do that, right? But if someone tells you that you drink too much, you're probably an alcoholic. You understand? Like if someone says, "Hey, you drink too much," it's because you're probably an alcoholic. So you don't want no one to ever say that to you because they're saying you drink too much. Because why? They seen you do everything y'all just explained. They seen you trip and fall. They seen you act belligerent and offend people, right? So they say, "Yeah, you drink too much." So you should slow it down. You're not sober, and you're not vigilant. How can you be vigilant when you're drunk? When you're tripping, right? When you're doing all these things, you can't be vigilant. So the Lord said, "Be sober and be vigilant." Go ahead.
because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
As your adversary, the devil, Satan, right? The spirit of Satan again, right, is living in that devil, is walking back and forth, roaring like a lion, seeing who he can devour. He's trying to destroy you. That's the point. And once you get off on your mark, he's going to destroy you. You understand? Remark.
I was gonna say, piggyback on you saying, yeah, because drinking, makes you kind of vulnerable to things.
Absolutely. They make you vulnerable to things like getting high. You get what I'm saying? Like buying a prostitute. Hold on 1 second. Salaki, sir, they can come back and forth from the fourth dimension, correct? Can a demon take the form of a human being and can black women be demons? Black women can absolutely black women can be demons. Can black men can be demons? Y'all understand? Hispanic men can be demons and Hispanic women can be demons. Demons can jump on anybody. You understand? They can take on the form of a human because a demon is on you right now. Y'all understand, right? So a demon can jump on you. And then this is another part. You ever heard people speak like transferring energies? You heard someone say that before? Sometimes when you're in an argument with someone who is more angrier than you can get as angry as them because now you took on that demon that they had. Y'all understand? That happens in arguments. You ever argue with your wife or you argue with a brother, and one brother is arguing harder than the other brother, so the other brother gets as angry as him, and now they both have the demon on them. That's the whole point. The demon is there to what? Seek, kill, and destroy. So now you're taking on that brother's demon, or you're taking on that sister's demon. That's what you're doing. That's why it's always good to what? De-escalate a situation. That's what you know. And if you're a Shamar department, you security, you de-escalate because you're smooth talking the demon down, so the demon doesn't come onto you. A lot of happens at camp, right? At camp, there's gonna be someone that tries to cuss you out, talk bad about you, tell you to move, tell you you ain't about to do nothing, and you have to say back up, and that's it. You cannot touch that person unless he crosses a boundary. Y'all understand? You can't say, well, come here and beat him up, because now that demon is on you. And that was the whole point of it. Y'all understand? The whole point was to have him get you out of character. And once you get out of character, you know that you succumb to that demon. And then the demon leaves. The demon leaves you when you're handcuffed. You understand? Because now there's no reason why the demon should be there. Because there's did his job. Y'all get me, right? Solid. All right. Go ahead, Nazis out.
Like I was gonna say, as far as an example of spirits being transferred, like that's like Acts 19 and 15.
Let me hear it.
The book of Acts, chapter 19 and verse 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know.
Absolutely. We just went over this, right? I thought we just went over it, but this is absolutely one precept. You read it for the rest of the people. Read from the top.
The book of Acts, chapter 19 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the evil spirit answered and said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them, and overcame them, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded.
Perfect. That's an excellent precept. The demon recognized Christ. The demon recognized Paul, and the demon didn't recognize nobody else. And the demon didn't respect nobody else. And the demon jumped onto those men. Y'all understand? Because he knows that he can't live there and he can't live there, but he can live there. That's why he went on to them. Y'all understand, right? Give me Mark 5 and 9. And you got to be very careful when dealing with people. That's why it's not good to always, of course, being in the truth, you naturally are going to want to be helpful and want to be a person who loves Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But you have to follow protocols. We are not Christian. Christians will bring you into their goddamn house the first day they meet you and not know nothing about you. That's not who we are. Y'all understand, right? We have to follow protocols. We are helping people as much as we can by putting them through a process that allows us to trust them one day. Y'all understand? That's what we're doing. We got to put them through a process. We're going to give them all the help they need, but not the help they want. Y'all with me? Because they think they want your help for somewhere to live. So they're gonna say, I need somewhere to stay. And you're gonna say, go to this shelter. And they're gonna be like, hell, why can't I live with you? And you're like, because I don't know you. Y'all understand, right? You see how simple that is. I don't know you. Then you tell them, go to this shelter. And you're like, I don't want to live in that shelter. Well, you don't want help. Y'all understand? We can't help people in that type of way. We can help people by making them go through proper protocols, proper things that will allow them to help themselves. And that's another part of helping people. You got to make sure that they want to help themselves as well. All right? Because they don't want to change. We can't make them change. So who got it?
The book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion.
He asked them, what is thy name? My name is what?
My name is Legion.
Go ahead.
For we are many.
This demon said, my name is Legion, for we are many demons. That's what you tell a homosexual. Homosexuals got that many demons on them. Y'all understand? They got a legion of demons on them. Sis.
This is Christ talking to him?
Is in red?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in red? Yeah, because Christ put these demons out of that man and put him into a pig. And that pig went off a cliff. Keep reading.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. There was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding.
Go ahead.
And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them.
Mm-hmm.
And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine.
Go ahead.
And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea.
You understand, right? He put them demons right into some pigs, 2,000 pigs, and them pigs went off a cliff into the ocean and died. Y'all understand, right? Yeah, I mean, that's wild. Y'all ever heard of a movie called Fallen? Y'all never seen a movie Fallen or never heard of it? It's a Denzel Washington. Go ahead, Shadow. You know what I'm talking about? They was transferring the demon was, you get what I'm saying? The demon that jumping from person to person, and each person found up dead. Like once the demon got on the person, he'll kill somebody. You get what I'm saying? Like that movie was kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say it's biblical, but that's what can happen. Y'all with me? You get a demon on you that went into every person and destroying each person, making them throw away their life. That's what happens. Y'all understand? So the brother was trying to escape though. He was trying to not be caught from that demon of death. So like, how I fix this up? God damn it. All right, so where we at right now? We good on the demon thing and Satan thing? All right, no sweat. So now can we get to the any other questions? No questions? Let me see online. What do demons absolutely hate? Anyone want to answer that? What do demons absolutely hate? Oscar War.
So, like, sir, I believe the answer in that precept that we're reading right now, where the demon begs Christ and not casting out the body, like they hate not being in somebody's body.
That's excellent. There's Matthew 5:43. A demon needs a host. Y'all understand? A demon needs a host. I think we read this precept last week, right? What about the 7 clean spirit, the demons that left out of brother's body and then went back into the body with 7 more demons? Y'all familiar with that, right? We talked about it last week, I believe. That's what the demon hates, not having a host. A demon needs a host. You know what I mean? A demon doesn't want to be starved because the job of a demon is sent from the Lord as well, meaning to what? Destroy you. The whole point of destroying you is because he doesn't want you to be worthy enough for the Lord to love. Because once the Lord doesn't deem you worthy, he doesn't need you. Y'all understand? That's why it's so important to fight your demons and fight your flesh and fight your lust so we can live. Now, if you have no reason to live, then you'll die. Y'all get me? That's why we have to resist the evil. We got to resist the evil. We got to resist the things that make us feel good. We got to resist the things that will put us in a mindset of, feeding our flesh or making our family happy, when that's not what life is about. Life is about serving God. That's it. And I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. About serving God. And then once you can serve God and you can put him first above everything, now the Lord can bless you. Y'all understand? Now the Lord will bless you and give you everything you need in life. Not everything you want, but everything you need in life. Y'all understand? And mainly protection. Y'all with me? And that's what we want to strive for. You want protection, not only protection for yourself. You want protection for your children, your woman, your family, your loved ones that you know what I mean, that for the most that he can, even if they're in the world, right? You want the Lord to still try to protect them as much as you can, if he wants to. But that's why you want to come and serve him so he can. He said, well, I need this brother to be this way, so I'll protect all his family then. You understand? Even if they're in the world, I'll still protect them. You get what I mean? So like, we're fighting for what? We're fighting to get to the kingdom of heaven. And if you love people in the world, that's fine to love people in the world. But, what we can do for people in the world is serve God to our best of our abilities. And maybe one day, if we get on the chariot, the Lord have mercy on them. And maybe they can get on the chariot too. Y'all understand? With mercy from the Lord, we need mercy. And we in the truth. They need mercy and they in the world. It's very slim. You know what I'm saying? Probably more than likely not going to happen. She got a question? Yes.
Matthew chapter 8 and verse 28 and 29.
Okay.
And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him 2 possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce.
That's not the account I want. You have Matthew?
Matthew 8 and 28.
Okay, that's not the one I want. You don't got to read it though. It's fine. It's the precept that lets you know that the demons came back into the body after having the house clean, swept and clean. Y'all understand? I think we read it last week. It's fine though. We got to move forward. Any other questions off the topic? Matthew. Yeah, I did. I thought that's where it's at. Is it? No sweat. It's probably the wrong precept. Another question: is pornography or masturbation demonic for women or men? Okay. Is masturbation or pornography demonic for women or men? Let me tell you something, right? To watch pornographic videos is shameful as hell. You understand? It's shameful as hell. And it's, you don't want to see another man's rod. To see another man's rod is seeing his nakedness, and it puts you in the spirit of homosexuality. Y'all understand that? So you do not want to see another man's rod if you're a man. If you're a woman, you don't want to see you don't want to see two people get married. That's what you're essentially watching. You understand? Two people get married, even though they're in the most wicked spirit, right? They're in the most wicked spirit, but the point is to destroy you. What are they trying to make you do in pornographic videos? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Do the same. Well, it's not do the same, but basically like fulfill your lust.
Fulfill your lust. What's your lust?
You talking about
Yeah, well, yeah. What's the lust? What's the lust if you want to watch pornographic videos? Sis. Threesomes. Okay, go ahead.
Fulfill your carnal instinct.
Yeah, your carnal instinct. This is what you want when you watch pornography. You want a slut. You don't want a woman. You don't have sex with women like that. Women are not to be slutted out like the way porno videos watch it, right? But in your mind, porno videos is how you have sex. So you watch the porno because you want a woman like that. You want a whore. That makes you want to get a prostitute. That makes you want to sleep with someone who is like that. You get what I'm saying? Pornos is not only evil and disgusting and a sin, but it also messes you up mentally. Because now your whole life ain't about regular sex. It's about the most lustful, disgusting sex you can have. And in that way, and then think about it this way, it's junk food compared to healthy food. You get what I mean? You want junk food. You want the thing that's going to be there for a second and gone the next. And that's what you're going to look for in a woman. You're not going to look for the good. You're not going to look for a mother for your children, right? You're going to look for a whore. And that's why brothers live the way they live and they're under conditions that they're under, because they don't look for women, they look for whores. And brothers will go to the strip club and say, that's who I need to marry. I need to marry her right there. Her shaking her ass right there and bending over. That's who I need to marry. That's my wife. And now they have a kid with her, and then they hate their whole life because they had a kid with her. You get what I'm saying? So is it demonic? Absolutely is demonic to watch a pornographic video for men or women. Y'all understand, right? Masturbation, right? Masturbation is lawful. Don't go crazy on yourself, though. Yeah, don't abuse yourself, all right? Y'all understand, right? You can masturbate if you would like to, but I would tell you, get a man if you're a woman, or get a woman if you're a man. Y'all understand? That's what you should do. But masturbation is absolutely lawful. Just don't, if you're a woman, don't go crazy. Don't be taking every battery that you can find and, do what you need to do because you don't have it. You get what I'm saying? Won't you be a daughter of Zion and find you a righteous brother? A brother will come. I'm trying to tell you. If you a brother who's looking for a sister will come. Don't abuse yourself so much. Don't hurt yourself. But it is lawful. Y'all with me, right? It is lawful to spill your seed. That's in the scripture, and it's lawful for a woman to do the same. You understand? But what I would say, I would suggest you to focus on other things until you have that. All right? Y'all with me? Solid. Okay. I'm gonna answer this last question for the brother. So if we get locked up, masturbation is unlawful. Lord be with you if you get locked up. You get what I'm saying? Don't have sex with a man. Is that what you're asking? Don't do that. That's homosexuality. But Lord be with you. That's all I would say. All right. Any other questions off the topic? Solid. All right, let's get to the image of Christ. Let's get to the history of the image of Christ, right? What do we know about Jesus Christ? Somebody raise their hand. Young man. He was black. That's absolutely correct. Go ahead. He was perfect. Perfect. Go ahead. Ash. He was born through sex. That's true. Sis? He was austere. Perfect, right? Go ahead. He is a black man. The brother said that. Can I get that right there? The image of Caesar Borgia on the floor. Let me get the image of Caesar Borgia on the floor, all right? What else do we know about Christ? That's all we know? He's austere. What else? Come on. Sis. He's coming to save the nation of Israel, right, brother? He's hated by all. Absolutely. He's hated by all. Go ahead. What else? Ash? Right. He was not absolutely right. Go ahead. Right. Last one. He suffered. He suffered for the Most High. He suffered for our people. He didn't suffer for the Most High. He suffered for us. The Lord didn't even want to send Christ back because he thought we wasn't worthy, but Christ thought we were worthy. You understand? Christ did think we were worthy. He wanted to live a life that he could be perfect, so we can live. That's the coldest thing ever. For another brother, think about black men that you know today, that they demonize black men so much so that you can't even believe that a black person would live his life perfectly for you. But he did, though. It's the truth. You see the shirt I'm wearing, right? The true image of Christ. This is not the true image, but this is a depiction of what Christ looked like. Oscar, you had a question? He was born in the ghetto, right? He was born in the same conditions most of us was born into. You get what I'm saying? That's never said or never thought of, right? But we'll talk about it, right? So let's get this right. The history of the image of Christ, right? So let's start with this. In the 1400s, right? The Roman Catholic Church sanctioned Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo to draw a picture or to paint a picture of Christ. Give me the apocrypha where they whitewashed. I think it's Baruch, right? 3 and 48. Leonardo da Vinci. Did I say da Vinci? Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, right? In the 1400s. This is called the Renaissance era, right? This is called the Renaissance era. And during that time, the thing you would do to make everyone believe you is bring the world's best painters to your zone. Because if you bring the world's best painters, what are you gonna do? Sis. It's marketing, perfect. Everyone's gonna be drawn to it. Everyone's gonna know it's authentic. You get what I'm saying? So they go get them. They go get Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo to paint the picture of Christ, right, in the 1400s. The problem is, you know who they went to go. You know what Leonardo da Vinci is famous for? His most famous painting. Anybody know? Sis? Adam's creation. That's Michelangelo. Go ahead. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is correct. What is the picture of Mona Lisa? Anybody know? Go ahead. It's not a lady on the farm. Ash. That's absolutely correct. Give that brother a hand. Mona Lisa, the picture of Mona Lisa is a picture of Leonardo da Vinci dressed up in drag. Y'all understand? If you go Google the pictures, Leonardo da Vinci in Google has a beard. Take away the beard, he has the same face on the picture of Mona Lisa, and Mona Lisa is the very most famous painting that the world can ever see. Y'all understand, right? Leonardo da Vinci was a homosexual. Michelangelo was a homosexual. So he's depicting the picture of himself as Mona Lisa because that's how he dresses up behind doors. Y'all understand? And that is the person who painted the picture of Christ. So now, let's get Revelations. Let's get Revelations 1:13. Now, of course, we're so familiar with Revelations 1:13 and 14, right? We're familiar with Daniel 10:5 and 6. So we'll start off with those, and then we'll go and give you more history, okay? And I'm going to leave this up here the rest of the damn class. All right? 1 and 13. Give me 1 and 1 first.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
This is what you got to understand. This was the greatest assault on the face of the earth to make a picture of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, as a white man. Oh, and of course, we're going to get into the history of Caesar Borgia, right? We're going to get into that in a second. So this is the greatest assault ever known to man that doesn't get talked about at all, ever. Except for in ISU case, it's 1969, of course, right? Go ahead, sis.
That's the biggest identity theft case.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the problem about that is that person hasn't been locked up. You get what I'm saying? Do you have Baruch? Anyone got Baruch? Yeah, you got the precept I need? I think it's 3 and 48. Ash. No sweat.
And also, that he's going to be locked up soon.
Absolutely. He is. He's going to be locked up very soon. Lord willing, is somewhere on my land somewhere. You know what I'm saying? In the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feed him good too, because I need him good and strong. I know y'all not gonna feed him anything. Y'all are cruel, and that's fine. But I'm gonna feed them good and strong so they can get up every morning healthy and ready to work. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to leave. I don't want to get off. You got Baruch? Baruch, I think it's 3 and 48. If I'm not okay, 3. Someone find me where they whitewash the pictures in the Baruch. All right, if you can text it, put it on here. Text me or put it on the group chat. I mean on the chat, sis.
I'm sorry, are you saying Habakkuk?
Huh?
Are you saying Habakkuk?
Habakkuk?
What's the word? What's the book that you
Baruch. It's an apocrypha.
B-A-R-U-K?
Baruch. Go ahead. No, that's Exodus. This one is actually talking about how they took and painted. They painted the faces of basically whitewash. Go ahead. That's what I want. First Maccabees. Didn't I say 3 and 48? Yeah, I said Baruch. Give me First Maccabees 3 and 48. Salakia. That's the right one. I used to know all these precepts from the top of my head, but that's why I teach them to y'all so y'all can know them from the top of y'all head. Y'all get what I'm saying? No sweat. All right, so then we're gonna get into who got Revelations first, though. Read that for me.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, right? So now we're about to reveal what Jesus Christ looks like when we talked about this earlier, right? To reveal, right? So Michelangelo, he's most famous for painting the Sistine Chapel and Adam's creation. If you look those up, you've seen them before. Leonardo da Vinci is famous for the Mona Lisa and a few other paintings that are, ridiculous in the white man's world, right? But not in our world. Of course, we don't give a damn about the Sistine Chapel. We don't give a damn about Adam's creation. We just think about we think about those things as homosexual pictures. There's a lot of nakedness in children. Y'all get what I'm saying? You ever see them children that are naked and grown men that are naked? That's the Roman Catholic Church for you. The Roman Catholic Church commissioned Mel Gibson to make the movie Passion of the Christ. We're gonna get into that as well, all right? So now where we at right now? First Maccabees. Oh no, it's like Revelation. Let me get Revelations. Not Zach, if you don't mind.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him.
Right, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him. Now give me the 13.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
So remember, this is John revealing what he's seen in his vision. Go ahead.
One like unto the Son of Man.
One unto like the Son of Man. Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Right, he's grown with a garment with a green garment, a beautiful green garment, down to his feet. Right, go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white, like wool.
Go ahead.
As white as snow.
So now let's break it down. What does this picture look like? Is his hair white and woolly? His hair is not white and woolly. His hair is a white man is a German shepherd. If they could be shapeshifters, this would be a German shepherd with blonde hair, right? This is not Afro. This is not an Afro. This is a surfer's hair. And being in California, how many white boys you seen like this? Yeah, right here. San Diego County as well. All by the water. LA County, all right by the water. 6 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning surfing. Right? Go ahead.
So can you kind of say that the white man is a beast?
The white, absolutely, he is a beast. The Lord calls him a beast. You get what I'm saying?
Like animals.
He's not an actual animal, but I know spiritually, yes, absolutely, he's a beast.
I was when you said that, I was thinking about how they be growing, like how they be getting fleas.
Yeah, fleas and lice and yes, absolutely, like dogs. I seen this. My rib sent me something where they said kids should take a shower when you're between the ages of 6 and 11. A kid should take a shower once or twice a week. We both looked at. We was like, what? I said, this is white research. Black kids, they're taking a bath every day. You know what I'm saying? Before they go to bed. You know what I mean? So anyway, so let's keep reading.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right. So his eyes were like a flame of fire. So his eyes are not a flame of fire. You understand? His eyes were red. They got red. Christ, in the scriptures, the characters of Christ was Christ loved to drink. He loved to drink wine. He loved to drink wine so much they called him a wine bibber, which you will today would be called an alcoholic. You understand? But Christ was not an alcoholic because it's a sin to be an alcoholic, and we know that Christ was perfect. He drank and guzzled some wine, but he was not an alcoholic. You understand? Every time they seen him, he was drinking. Just imagine. I don't drink. I drink once a week on Thursdays. But you see me on Thursdays, so you might, in your mind, you be like, he drinks all the time. You get what I'm saying? Every time I see him, I have a drink because you only see me once a week. Right? Most people only see me once a week. So when they see in Christ, he had a drink. So they called him that. You understand? But he was not that. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass. Go ahead.
As if they burn in a furnace.
So if we had a penny is brown, right? It's brown. And you throw that penny in the fire, it's going to get darker. It's going to burn. And this cat is not like that. You understand? This cat is not like that. This cat is a devil. He's a white man. And that's why we say it's the greatest assault in American history, in the world history, in world history, to call the greatest man to walk the face of the earth a devil. Right. You get what I mean? People say it's not about color. So, okay, if it's not about color, then why change him to be white? Right. That's the question. Why make him white if it's not about color? It's absolutely about color. Right. Because he also, give me Jeremiah 7, when it says he puts himself in the synagogue, being himself to be God. Who got Baruch first, though? Go ahead, brother. First Maccabees, First Maccabees. Yes.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles, not out of the hand of the kings, neither suffered they the sinner of triumph.
Go ahead.
To triumph.
Mm-hmm.
Now when the time drew near that Matthias should die.
First Maccabees 3 and 48.
Salaki, I knew that wasn't correct. First Maccabees. You have First Maccabees?
Oh,
where you at? Okay, no sweat. First Maccabees 3 and 48, right?
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid upon the book of the law.
They laid upon the book of the law. The book of the law is the Bible. Go ahead.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
God damn. Where the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their image. Go ahead.
They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits and the tithes and the Nazarites, and they stirred up who had accomplished their days.
Y'all understand that? They had sought to paint the likeness of their image. That's what you call whitewashing, but this is what you call the Renaissance era. Before the Renaissance era was the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages is when black people ruled Europe for 1,000 years. This is never talked about in history, but this is absolutely what happened. That's why William Wallace was during that time. You know, he was fighting Edomites that was trying to oppress him at that time. And he was willing to die behind that. That movie that Mel Gibson made about Braveheart, that's about a brother. That's why they had long hair and braids. They had braids. They didn't, in the movie, they had like one single braid. They had braids. Those brothers back in Scotland, right? And also, another part about that movie is they painted, remember in Braveheart, they painted their face blue. Really, the brothers back then painted their face white. But of course, the white man can't use white because it doesn't look right when you're red. You understand? So they changed the blue color into a white color. That movie is based on black people trying to fight white people. You understand? That's why they had to bring multiple armies against this small band of brothers because they was killing everything. You understand? So now, where we at now? We good on that, right? Let's go to let's go to this, right? Caesar Borgia, right? The second son of Pope Alexander the Sixth, right? This is the second son of Pope Alexander the Sixth. Pope Alexander was the man ruling over what country is that? Spain? Is it Spain? Rome, right? Rome, right? And he took his son. His son was a homosexual who was also a person who had incest. I think he slept with his mother or his sister. His sister. He slept with his sister, right? He slept with his sister, And they took that picture and they depicted it of Christ. That's what Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci did. Leonardo da Vinci did the most of the work, right? They took that picture and they made him the image of Christ, right? So now, let's go to what verse we at? Jeremiah 7. Jeremiah 7 and try 7 and 7. Let me hear verse 10. Jeremiah 7 and 10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 10. And come and stand before me in the house. So
give me one verse up. Ash. You got the flyer? Come on, read it for me.
According to the Bible, this image is not the image of Jesus Christ. During the Renaissance era, the Roman Catholic Church, under orders of Pope Alexander VI,
Rodrigo Borgia, that's the father, right? Go ahead.
Conspired and commissioned Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci on a campaign against the true people of Israel and put the image of the son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, whose name is Caesar Borgia, as Jesus Christ, and whitewashed all the icons of the Israelites, and the Bible prophesied this event. Job 92, Job 13:4.
Perfect. Perfectly. The water, I appreciate it. So y'all understand, right? This is what they did. This was something they had planned to do, because they can't have no black man as Jesus Christ. Sis, you got a question?
I was just gonna say that's like the biggest marketing stunt that the Catholic Church could have done is to create a new image,
And
because we're having these two artists create the image of their.
and not only that, what else did they do? In 2004, when Passion of Christ was released, I believe, 2004? I forget what year. It might have been a little earlier than that. It was 04? No sweat. Yeah, it might have been around then, right? So they in the same breath, they took another a huge artist named Mel Gibson, and they took the movie and pushed it all across the world in different languages. Y'all understand? Same damn thing. And Mel Gibson's father, I believe, is like an extreme Roman Catholic. He just died like last year or 2 years ago. He was an extreme religious cat. And that's the reason why they wanted Mel Gibson to do it. They knew that Mel Gibson's father was that. Mel Gibson is a racist. He hates black people. Just to let you know. He told his wife that I think he told his wife, I hope you get raped by a pack of niggers. I mean, D.L. Hewley made a joke. D.L. Hewley made a joke about it. He said, he just called us a pack of Newports. Ain't that so? He said, we just get raped by a pack of niggas? He said, a whole bunch of Newports. So now, where we at right now? What verse we at? Jeremiah. Let's get Jeremiah 7 and 7 or 7 and 8. Give me to the part where it says, and they take the picture, putting him in the synagogue, acting as if he is God. I'm paraphrasing all of it. Might be 7 and 7. Try 7 and 7.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 7. Then will I cause you to dwell Then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, you trust in lying words.
You trust in lying words. Behold, you trust in lying words. You believe that the white man is the devil. You believe that the white man is Jesus. You don't believe that he's the devil. You understand? You trust whatever your oppressor tells you to do, and that's what you got to know. Anything your oppressor says, you got to think the opposite, because he's a liar. If he says, no, everything is fine, everything is not okay. You understand? If he says, what they say about the war? If he says he's going to give you money for HBCU funding, he's not going to give you money. He's going to cut your money. That's what he did. That's what Joe Biden did. You get what I'm saying? If he says one thing, he's going to do the opposite. Of course, when it's talking about helping you, he's not going to help you. He just knows that you can get gamed up. Because spiritually, you're a whore. Spiritually, the nation of Israel are whores. We get gamed up so easily and we give in so easily. That's why every Democrat, every single year, gets more than 95% of our vote. Every time. Everybody miss Trump now, right? Wish them gas prices ain't what it was. Right? Not like Trump is, he's the lesser evil, right? They're both evils. He's the lesser evil. You would have saved some money on gas. That's it. But you definitely would have been, somewhere getting kicked out your house. You know what I'm saying? She got a question?
I'd like to make comments if I could.
Mhm.
Two comments. Joe Biden did say, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah, we voted for him.
He also made promises that he would stop the situation with the so-called Hispanic at the border.
He lied.
And the court said, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah. If you voted for Joe Biden, you're not black. Y'all understand, right? That he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I didn't vote, and I'm black as hell. Y'all understand, right? Did y'all vote? Because y'all black as hell. Y'all didn't vote. But anyone who voted is a sellout. Because they believe that devil. And the scripture just said you believe in lies. That's what it said, right? Read again.
Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, ye trust in lying words.
You trust in lying words. You don't trust in things that'll save your life. You don't trust in those things. Because we speak a certain way and we look a certain way, and we got such a strict and orthodox way of life, people don't want to believe us because it's unbending. But the unbending truth will save you and your family. You understand that? Go ahead.
Verse 9. I was like it. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Will ye still murder and commit adultery and swear falsely and burn incense unto Baal and walk after other gods whom ye know not?
Keep going.
And come and stand before me in this house.
In this house. You're going to come and stand before me in this house. Go ahead.
Which is called by my name.
You're going to go, basically, this place that he's talking about is the church. You're going to come and stand by me in this house, which is called in my name, meaning the church, because they call it the, epistle or whatever church, right? Church of God, church of this, church of God. Go ahead.
And say, we are delivered to do all these abominations.
Uh-huh.
Is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes?
You understand that? They put this picture right here in every church, and they said this place became a den of robbers in your eyes, in my eyes. You put this picture up, and you're allowed to molest children. You understand? You put this picture up, you're allowed to steal and kill. Because you know why this picture is up? This picture is not threatening. This picture is welcoming. That's why the Bible says that he appeared as a lamb, but spoke as a dragon. This is a lamb. You understand? It's a lamb. You can talk to him however you want to. Does he put fear in you? But the image of Christ puts fear in you. You get what I'm saying? But Christ is a lamb. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy how someone can look so fierce, but be so kind and loving and brotherly? How brotherly? So brotherly that he lived a life so you can live. Not so he can live. He died, but so you can live. This cat kills you. You understand? Vermont.
Are we still considered lambs when we come into the truth?
Are you still
lambs,
once you come into the truth, you're a sheep, right? You're not a lost sheep, but you're still a sheep. A camp leader is a shepherd. When you become a camp leader, you're a shepherd because you got to protect men. You get what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord wants, a shepherd. He wants good shepherds, not hirelings. Y'all familiar with that precept, right? He said, give me the. He said, you gave job to a hireling. Every camp leader is a shepherd over his men, over his sheep. He got to be protected. Everything that comes in his zone is his issue, his problem, his everything. You understand? So that's what it is. So now, once you get authority, you don't have to be a camp leader. You get authority as a give me something, a guard, as a something over a department. Now you're the shepherd over that department. You understand? You're the shepherd over that department. You're in charge over that department. You can't be a sheep. You understand? Solid. All right, so now, where we at? We go. You can drop that precept out. So listen, so they took this painting all over the world, right? All over the world. They took this painting from the tip of Russia, the tip of Australia. They sent missionaries out to all the way to all the way to South America in the jungles. You get what I'm saying? They pushed this image all over the place. The Roman Catholic Church did. And now that's why the Roman Catholic Church is number one religion in the face of the earth. You understand? Roman Catholicism and Christianity go hand in hand, but Roman Catholicism comes back from the ancient world. You get what I mean? So you know how like Christians, right? Christians, they wear a cross. A cross is what? Just two intersecting lines. That's it. That's what a cross is. Y'all know what a crucifix is? It says it has the body of is different, right? It has the body of Jesus to let you know what? Why does it have the body? Why is it different? Why is a crucifix different from the cross? Someone can answer that for me. It says
It's more hardcore.
It's more hardcore. You want it. I want a more specific answer. It is more hardcore in the sense if you want to be on some Christian Catholicism, but is there a better answer? Is there a better answer? Go ahead. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Go ahead. Both of y'all are right on it. The crucifix. Go ahead, sis.
To captivate the love that
Oh, you right there.
Jesus suffered for his people.
Yes, that is why. The crucifix is the body is on the cross, and that's why it's called a crucifix. So you can feel as a Catholic member to feel more horrible about what Christ went through. You get what I'm saying? To make you feel more guilty about yourself. That's what the crucifix is for. Says.
I was gonna say that's what the Mel Gibson picture depicted as well. The Passion of the Christ, where it makes you feel more terrible about what Jesus Christ went through.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember watching that twice. You cried every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what Catholicism teaches.
Yeah, yeah. They took. Listen, this is what they did, man. This is what they did. I'm gonna put this picture down. Y'all good with this, right? Y'all it's put in your head, right? I might bring it back up in a second. This is the problem. This is the problem. They took that picture. Give me Job 9:24. They took that picture of Caesar Borgia and they printed it in your head, right? They made you feel so sorry about some white man getting whipped. Oh, you know it was black people getting whipped not too long ago, right? Y'all understand that, right? It was black people getting whipped not too long ago. Anybody cried for them, right? But when they put that movie out and they depicted that white man to be a savior for all people, it's so damaging. And it's such an assault on Jesus Christ, a black man. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is an assault on him. And as black people, you should take that personal. That's why you think people say, oh, y'all go out there and scream on the corners. All y'all say is white man's a devil. You goddamn right. He is the devil that is speaker. But listen, this is why, though. Then we break down why. And we ain't uneducated screaming at the top of our lungs why he is this. The Bible says he's this. So why are we calling him a devil? What's that going to do? It's going to tell the world, and we're going to get into that priest. I don't want to jump ahead. It's going to tell the world that he is this person, and he needs to be, I don't want to jump ahead. We'll get to it, right? So this is another problem. The image of Christ destroyed the image of Christ and what he went through. Him being depicted as a white man destroyed black man's compassion, because now you only can see the white man getting whooped and you feel compassion for him. Similar to Ukraine, right? Ukraine is going through something right now, and people are like, oh my God, my prayers are to Ukraine. Oh my God, look at them in that basement. Oh my God, I'm so sad they're losing people. 500 civilians just died. Well, damn, it's black people get dying in Chicago. I think 500 murders last year. In Philadelphia, I think there was 500 murders last year. No one's crying about that. No one's crying about the 300 and something murders in LA. No one's crying about the 250 plus murders in San Bernardino County. I don't think so. You understand? They're not crying about those things, because this is what happened when they made Jesus Christ a white man. They took all the compassion they would have gave to you, and they made sure it went to him. So now when any black man goes through anything, any tragedy, you can't have compassion towards him, because giving him compassion is giving compassion to the real Christ. You understand? And they eliminated that from your existence. You can't even have compassion on your brother. You think brothers getting killed is normal. You think it's regular. You think that's just life. You get what I'm saying? Instead of us being a nation that rallies behind it and speaks against it, we don't. ISUPK speaks on it all day. We still talk about in my generation, we still talk about Trayvon Martin. Goddamn, we still talk about Emmett Till because we can't never forget those type of people. You get what I'm saying? We found out not too long ago Emmett Till's accuser lied on him. This cat was 14 years old and got lied on by a grown, or I don't know how old she was, a white woman in her 80s because she knows she was going out and she wanted to relieve some stress off her chest by saying, you know what, I lied. Ooh, now I can be accepted into heaven. Oh, she's going to come back. That's a beautiful thing about reincarnation. Y'all understand? She's coming back and she's going to face that judgment. Y'all understand, right? So now, what verse did I call for? Let's get Job 9 and 24.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's who the earth is given to. Who's the earth given to? The so-called white man. Who's running the world? The so-called white man. Why he called so-called? Because he is actually the Caucasian, the people from the Caucasus Islands who run the world. You understand? He is the person who the earth is given to. Go ahead.
He covereth his face of the judges thereof.
Mm-hmm. He covered. Listen, read that again.
He covered his face of the judges.
He covered up the faces. Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Say covereth. Covereth. Is it covereth, right? Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
The water. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Who are the judges? The judges are the nation of Israel. The judges are the priests of God. Those are the judges. And what did he do to those? Look at those brothers back there. You see that picture of those 12 disciples in Christ? He covered those faces in the Last Supper. He made them white faces. And he made them the judges over the world. When the judges over the world will be black men under Christ. Christ said it in Matthews. Y'all familiar with that precept, right? When Christ said, you will be the people judging the 12 tribes of Israel on the earth. Y'all familiar with that precept? Are you? Now you can pull it in Matthew real quick, right? Pull it in Matthew. When Christ said, you be with me again in the regeneration, judges the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what he said. Somebody pull that, right? Keep going up. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. What did he do? He made the black faces white faces. Just like we read in Maccabees, right? He made the black faces white faces. He made the greatest man to ever walk on the face of the earth a white man. And he was a black man. And that does something to your psyche. It does something to your psyche. People want to say it's not about color. It's absolutely about color. It's absolutely about color. If it wasn't about color, you never would have did what you did. Right? Go ahead, Art.
If not, where and who is he?
If not, then where and who is he? Who is the devil that the Bible speaks of? Who is the wicked on the earth? Y'all understand? So solid, right? Where we at? You got that on the Matthew? Go ahead, Art.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Come on, man. Y'all understand? Ye shall also, you black men, every time you think about what Christ went through, right? Think about a brother going through that, not a white man going through it. You get what I mean? And think about why he suffered those things. I always think about this precept. Jesus wept. Y'all know that precept, right? Why did he weep? Anybody know? Why did Christ weep? The Bible says Jesus wept, and that's the only thing, and it moves on after that. Why did Christ weep? Go ahead.
I believe because he knew how it was going to end.
You're correct. He knew that he was going to have to die. And as a man, which he was, just like me and you, he didn't want to die. He didn't want to have to go through that. But he loved us so much that he knew he had to, because we were so evil and wicked that he said, man, it's going to take me to go do it. And that's why he's going to be the rightful man to rule in the earth. And we're going to rule right under him. You understand? It's so right that he goes and be the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords of this place for what he did for us. Because now we have an opportunity to live. Because if it wasn't for Christ, we'll be dead. You understand? We wouldn't have that option. Y'all with me, right? So now let's get into a little more. Let me get Psalm 62 and 3, right? And this is why the Caucasian race has to die, Hakim. Like, you don't ever give me sympathy about what white people got to live and, you know what I mean, feel sorry for them. God damn that. They have to die. They have to die. They have to be under our authority in slavery because of what they done. They never paid their debt. Their debt is unpaid. Imagine you run up a bill, you go to the club. Give me a club. Give me a club. You go to give me a club. I got some major club. Go ahead. Highland? That's a good club? Perfect. Perfect. One of them clubs in Hollywood, right? And no, they got some excellent clubs out there, right? So you go to one of them clubs right there, and we go sit in the VIP section. I order, Ace of Spades, out 1942, Azul. You know what I mean? I'll run it up. The bill come back as, it's just us in there too, by the way. The bill come back as, $55,000. And we was like, God damn, I didn't know it was gonna cost this much. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know it was gonna be that damn much money. I don't even, how much you got? I got 500. How much you got? 200. 200? Damn, we got $700. All right. What we gonna do? And some other brother goes, I seen y'all partying up, having a good time. Man, don't sweat. Like, I got it. Y'all get up out of here. I got you. You get what I'm saying? Now that's very on a very small scale, but you get what I'm saying though. He's doing that because he get with you. He like y'all. He getting down with y'all. He like, man, don't worry about it. I got you. Now that's a very small scale. Now let me take it to a bigger scale. Imagine you commit a murder, right? You commit a murder, and you get caught for your murder, and the judge goes, well, I'm giving you consecutive life sentences for what you've done because it's a premeditated murder. You thought about it and you did it. So I'm gonna give you 2 life sentences for what you've done. And you're, 30 years old, 25 years old, and he says, so yeah, it's a life sentence. And the cat comes in and goes, wait a second, man. What if I did a life sentence for him, though? And you look at him. Imagine you don't know how that feels to get convicted and get sentenced, right? So you about to go sit down forever. You're gonna die in prison. And this cat comes here on your left, on your right, and says, I want to go, sit down for him. I want this cat to live. I want him to, live his life. You get what I'm saying? That's what Christ did for us. So now, in honor of him, we got to live whatever his dream was. You get what I'm saying? We got to go live his dream now. Not our dream is dead. Our dream is dead now because some other cat is taking our convicted charge and sitting in prison forever for us. So now our life belongs to him. Now we got to give our life to him. What you want me to do? You want me to I'll do anything you ask me to do, I'm doing. Because this is what I owe you. So that's how we got to live our life. That's how we got to think, right? So now, let's go from there. Where we at right now? At Psalm 62? Yes. Let me Psalm 62 and 3. Let me see if I got any notes I want to say. Okay, I pretty much caught everything. Okay, solid. We good. Psalm 62 and 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 62, verse 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man?
How long can we imagine mischief against a man? Go ahead.
Ye shall be slain, all of you.
You shall be slain, all of you. Go ahead.
As a bowing wall shall ye be.
As a bowing wall shall ye be. A bowing wall is a weak wall or a bending wall. If you look up bowing wall in your images, on Google Images, it'll show a wall that's ready to break. Go ahead.
And as a tottering fence.
And as a tottering fence is another weak thing that can't stand. A tottering fence is a fence that's broken or is weak, feeble. Go ahead.
They only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Who consults? The so-called white race consults. So what? Bring him down from his excellency. That's what they did with the image of Christ. His excellency is, first, he was a black man. You get what I'm saying? And he was a righteous black man who served God. They consult to bring down his excellency. But the Lord said he's going to end all that. Go ahead.
They delight in lies.
They delight in lies. That's who they are. The Lord said he made them crooked and he made you straight. So like he said, who I made crooked, you cannot make straight. That's what he said. That's what he said about you. I mean, it's like about the white man. He made him away. He said that as the turning of things upside down, as the potter's clay. He talked about how they can imagine a certain thing. We'll get to that precept in a second. You understand? He said this about them. Who can delight in lies? They delight in the lie. They delight in thinking that they are the ones in power. Remember we talked about last week, right? Once you lie, you start believing a lie. That's the problem with lying. You start believing a lie. You can say one thing and you start believing it because that's what you think in your head. But the white man, he's proud. Give me Obadiah 1 and 3. Keep going, young man.
They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lie.
They curse with their mouth. Say it one more time.
They bless with their mouth.
They bless with their mouth, just like a snake. Y'all understand? Just like a snake. They have a slick way of talking. They bless with their mouth. Go ahead.
But they curse inwardly.
But inwardly they curse. What does that mean? Go ahead.
That's when they probably at home talking. Oh, look at these niggas, these little niggers.
Yeah, he says, man, I love you. Inside, I can't wait to kill you. You get what I mean? That's what he told the Native Indians. If you go read Psalms 55, the 55 chapter, 21st verse, he said it came with they put his hand out to be at peace with them. But behind the other hand, they was drawing swords. You feel what I'm saying? They say one thing and they do another. One of the most famous proverbs of the Native Indians is what? Pale face speak with forked tongue. He say one thing and do another thing. That's what he does. Keep reading out, verse 4. Oh, we done with 4? No sweat. Sis.
What is salami?
Salam means peace. Salam means peace. All right. Shalom. Perfect. Yeah. God. Right. Okay. No sweat. So now, give me John 7 and 7. Yes, I do. Give me that first. So, like, listen. This we gotta understand though. The man that suffered for us gets no credit. He gets no credit, man. Not in the world. But it's okay. He'll get credit in our world. You understand? He'll get credit in our world. What's our world? Our society. What's that? The truth. The Isupk. That's what he needs. Servants who truly serve Christ and believe that he's the king. That's the only credit he wants, because then that's the only credit he needs to come back onto the earth and give us deliverance. You understand? Keep going out. It's like, where you reading that? Obadiah? Go ahead, Obadiah. Give me John 7 and 7, young man.
The book of John, chapter 7, verse 7.
Hold up. Give me Obadiah 1 and 3 first.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
You understand that, right? The pride of thine heart has deceived thee. He's talking about the white race. He's talking about the white race. Give me verse 1. Verse 1 and 1.
Come to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Edom. Edom is the so-called white man according to the Bible. The Edomites. Right? In Genesis the 36th chapter, verse 1 and verse 8, and I believe verse 11, talks about these white men and who they come from and who they are. Esau is the same brother who came out of Rebekah, who was Jacob's brother. Two nations in one womb. That's what they were talking about. Jacob was our forefather. Esau is the forefather of the white race. You understand? So now in Obadiah, this is the vision that he got, right? Obadiah 1 and 1 says, read it again.
The vision of Obadiah.
The vision of Obadiah. So now this is something that's going to come to pass. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Now jump down to verse 3.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
They have such a prideful heart, and it's deceiving them. It's deceiving their mind. So they think that there's something when they're nothing. Keep going.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Thou that what?
Dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
And we read about the Khazarian Empire and where they come from, right? From the Russian steppes and all that, right? They come from a place where it's very cold and they're really cavemanish. You understand? Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, where is the Caucasus Mountains. You understand? Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. Just similar to who? Who else habitation was high? Someone in the Bible? Sis, you got who? That's true. That's true. But there's someone biblical who also was driven to the high places. Anybody know? Go ahead.
What's his name?
Cain. There you go. Cain had the spirit of the white man. It was driven from the earth to on high in the mountains. Y'all understand? And he was also given this the mark of leprosy. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down
He says in his heart, who's going to bring me down to the ground? So now you could drop that. Now give me John 7:7. So now this is what Christ said. This is in red. This is in red, right? This is what Christ said. Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
The world cannot hate you.
The world cannot hate you. Go ahead.
But me it hateth.
But me it hateth. Y'all understand that? The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth. The world hates Christ, the real Christ, not this devil. They love this devil, right? This devil right here, we step on every time we come into this class, right? We step on him. Everything is psychological, right? We come in here and we got to leave our demons at the door because we got to step on this person right here and denounce Christianity. You understand? We got to denounce Christianity by stepping on this devil. What happens at camp? What happens at camp with this devil on the floor? Shot a rock. They walk around, and what else? We definitely throw it to the ground. What else have you seen with this devil right here? Yeah, that's what I want. They pick him up and prop him up like he should be, you know what I mean, a part of the camp, right? And we say, oh, no problem, just give me that sign, and we throw it right back down, right? That's what we do. They try to say, oh my God, I don't want to step on Jesus. We say, oh, no problem, give me Jesus, and we just throw it right back on the ground, and we let them know, like, this ain't goddamn Jesus. It's the devil, man. This is Rob on the second floor. You understand? And Rob needs to get treated like he's nothing today because we own this block. And this devil does not run our camp like he runs your life. You get what I'm saying? Our whole job is to tell him about Jesus Christ and about the black men in the Bible and about how those men are great and how the white man is not great. How the white man is evil and disgusting and deserves death. You understand? All right, so where we at now?
Because I testify of it.
I testify of it. Christ testified that these things were going to happen. Go ahead.
That the works thereof are evil.
Mm-hmm.
Go ye up into this feast. I go not up.
That's it right there, right? That the works thereof is evil. You know what I mean? You went to verse 8, right? Give me Revelations 18 and 20. We're about to end it right now. Any other questions? I got a couple more notes. 1 second. Okay. We got a couple more precepts I can use. I'll just give them to you, all right? Just y'all read this on your own time. This is on the flyer. Job 13 and 4, Isaiah 29 and 6. Matter of fact, we'll get into two more precepts. I need to get to these. All right. Isaiah 29 and 16. Go ahead, read it out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her.
Read it again, 18 and 20.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Rejoice over her.
Rejoice over her. Go ahead.
Thou heaven.
Go ahead.
And ye holy apostles and prophets.
Go ahead.
For God hath avenged you on her.
He avenged you. Go ahead.
And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone,
Mm-hmm.
and cast it into the sea.
He cast it into the sea. Keep going.
Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down.
Y'all understand that? With violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. Y'all understand? With violence, not with hugs. With violence, man. It's good to be on the right side of things, man. The Bible says the Lord is a man of war. He's not a man that's just gonna put you up in a damn chariot and you get on and nothing happens to the rest of America. America has to burn, man. America has to burn. Y'all got to get this to y'all head too. Whatever the hell is stopping you from being the greatest person you can possibly be, remove it, right? Remove those things. I say this, I think, once a week. Remove those things so you can be great. So you don't have to worry about the atrocity that's going to happen to America. And we can just worrying about building the next kingdom by being the best we can be. Y'all understand? That's the only way we're going to bring Christ. Now, we living in those end times, Akim Akwafian. We living in that time right now. The time of, you know what I mean, Christ coming back is right now. It's at hand. You can't change it. You can't remove it. You can't stop it. Only thing you can do is get right. Y'all with me? All right, no sweat. Let me get 2 Thessalonians. Matter of fact, I'll finish these off next week, all right? I'll finish these off next week. We'll start out with these next week since we got the time. And we'll finish the image of Christ, and I'll go into some more history next week as well. All right. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Oscar Ward. Oscar Ward, if you could just call it out.
Israel Amijah, please stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Israel Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Now we're going to sorry face the sisters. If you could please stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Israel Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak.
Yahweh Shema Shem Yahushua.
Getting Matah dismissed.
I was looking for that other green Bible. Hey, look at 5